Welcome to the Parts and Labor Motorcycle Podcast. It's brought to you by Biltwell Inc. We're going to dive deep into anything motorcycle related. We're going to introduce you to some of the most interesting friends we know. And we might even try to solve a problem or two. You got a question? That'd be cool. Send us a voice recording or an email. pod@biltwellinc.com. pod@biltwellinc.com. And we're live. Parts and Labor Podcast brought to you by Biltwell. I'm here today with a couple of my friends, Ravie Savage and Clay Braun. Clay, Ravie, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us, Mike.
Yeah. I'm excited personally. It was my idea to have these guys on here. I've known them both for 5-6 years, maybe a little bit longer. These guys are young whippersnappers, I'd call them. I've been watching them grow up. I've been watching them do big things, build businesses, careers in motorcycles, with motorcycles, and lives and wives and stuff like that. And just fun to watch you guys come into your own and be successful young men. And I'd like to talk to you about some of that. First off, let's introduce yourself.
My name is Ravie Patel. I'm 27 years old from Riverside, California.
Clay Braun, Riverside, California, 27 years old.
27, both of you guys from Riverside. How did you guys meet? You guys are friends, right? I didn't make you friends. You were friends before.
Ironically,
we hated each other in high school.
And we just had some dumb beef with each other, and we just hated each other.
Yeah.
Wanted to fight each other throughout high school, and then after high school, we just bought Harleys and became best friends, honestly.
That's 100%.
To the 180.
Yeah, I didn't know. I met Clay first. I didn't meet Ravi. I was at San Diego Harley-Davidson at a bike night, and I went out to my van to get something. I was working for Biltwell, and I went out to go get something out of the van, and there's two little kids back behind the van smoking weed. And I said, "What are you guys doing back there?" And they said, "Nothing." I said, "Where are you guys from?" And Clay said, "Riverside." He tried to puff up like a peacock, and it was Clay and Bub. And that's how I met Clay, and Clay, Bub, Evan, and Ravi. I got to be friends with those guys pretty quickly. And I haven't seen Bubs in a minute, but I see Evan all the time. He's been working on our big truck, and he works right down the street. And he's a family guy. He's got hot rods and racing stock cars and doing big things too. And Clay's out there doing bagger racing, and Ravi as well. And Ravi's got a shop, and Clay works at a barber shop. And you guys have been all
Trying to get to it.
Yeah, growing up. So Ravi, tell us about what you got going on right now currently.
Like you said, I'm doing the racing stuff, so I'm still getting back involved in a lot of the bagger racing stuff. I'm still doing all my stunt riding stuff, and then between all that, I actually started up my own shop.
Where's the shop at?
It's actually in Signal Hill, California. It was
You left Riverside.
I did. Unfortunately, there was a lot of business out that way. I worked at Track or Die with Steve and Corey for a bit.
Steve at Till Death Cycles now.
Yeah.
Shout out, Steve.
Yeah.
Love to have you on the podcast. If you're listening, you're probably not. You're probably working. Love to have you on.
Love you, Steve. I wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah, I love you too, Steve.
Steve kind of taught me it all, and then after just working there for a while, kind of had some issues with the other party involved in the business, and ended up just breaking off and doing my riding stuff for a while. And then after getting hurt a couple of times and realizing I need to make money outside of riding when I'm hurt, my shop started out of my garage for about 2 or 3 years, selling parts and such, and then slowly just opened up into service, repair, and all aspects of V-twin stuff pretty much.
So you got a shop now in Signal Hill.
Yes,
you
sir.
work on everything, but I imagine you specialize in some stuff.
I try to do American V-twin stuff, mainly Harley and Indian. Don't really have too many Indian customers, so it's mainly just been Harleys, which I'm grateful for. So
Specialized in sick stuff.
Oh, specialize in sick stuff only.
Yeah, sick stuff only.
That's cool. All right, so you got a shop. Clay, what about you? What have you been up to? Where you at? I know you've grown up a lot the last few years, and
Yeah. I guess just trying to be locked in more than ever. Working with FDR and a whole bunch of good dudes and racing, cutting hair. That's kind of it.
So you found your way into the barber's world, right?
Yeah.
And you're working at a shop in Riverside. You're still in Riverside?
Yep, Smoke and Mirrors.
Yeah, Smoke and Mirrors is the name of it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good title for where you would work.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Smoke and Mirrors. And you're doing stuff with Frank from the FDR Foundation. Frank is a guy that has a charity for his fallen son. and he's raising funds for other downed motorcyclists.
Yeah, with catastrophic motorcycle injuries.
Yeah,
Just to
so
help them out. You know, it's tough. It sucks.
yeah, my wife did a bunch of that, and
Yeah.
it is tough, and it does suck, and it's good to help those guys out because if you ride motorcycles, it's only a matter of time before those guys we're one of them.
Yeah.
know?
It's that cliche saying, if it's not if it's when kind of thing. And
We've both been there.
yeah, me and
Yep.
me and Ravi both. So it's cool, and then just going fast on a track. That's where I live. He lives. I'm so happy he's getting back into it because, I have a teammate, Tony Salima, but that's like my brother.
Shaking and
on
baking
off
out
the
there.
track.
Yeah, yeah. So bagger racing has become a thing the last few years. These guys were in it since the beginning. In my opinion, I'm not the expert on bagger racing league stuff, but I've been watching it from afar since it started, and you guys were definitely there. I think in the early times, and you're still there now, and it's cool to see Ravi back out on the track. I remember going to Chuckwalla and seeing Ravi out there spend some quick laps, and he's not slow, and Clay's not either. And Clay's gotten to be pretty good, pretty consistent, I think, right?
I mean, right now I'm pretty consistent at crashing, but
Yeah.
trying to fix that.
Consistent still,
It's consistent at something. So, I'm trying to be fast and pushing the envelope. It's what you can only ask for as a racer. So I'm not going to stop doing that. But
yeah. So what are you riding on the track?
just a road glide.
Okay.
It's a FLH TCU stripped down to a race bike.
Okay. So
swing
is that
arm.
the standard issue bike kind of on the track now?
Yeah.
Give
Like
or take?
cheapest way to get into it, I guess you could say. I mean, at least that's what I did.
As far as bagger class goes.
Yeah, because you have to have that specific VIN for it to be a bagger. You can't just go and get a Road King frame because it's completely different and then enter the Bagger Racing League series. So I try to do it legit. And
Right. Is there advantages to like a Road King frame, or it's just
I think it's just
they're just trying to
I don't even
standardize
think
it?
anyone would honestly say anything.
They're just trying
if
to
they did.
standardize it, they'll say.
Yeah, as long as you have
These
an
bikes
FL.
are racing against the same bike.
Yeah, as long as you have an FL frame with like a fairing and bags, you pretty much
Okay.
get down.
So what size are those motors?
I got a 131 right now from SNS.
Okay. Is there limitations on the motors?
131 is the displacement.
Okay. And they're all fuel injected, I take it.
Yeah.
Doesn't probably help to have a turbo on the track.
I mean, you'd be
Trask
surprised. Yeah, Trask.
was killing it for a while with their turbo bike. They
Yeah.
hurt some feelings for sure.
Yeah, and
What happened?
I don't know if they. I think they pulled out this year.
Yeah,
I don't think
they
they're.
they kind of upgraded their whole business. Like they went from a little, wouldn't say little, but from a spot to a bigger warehouse, and
Yeah, I think
know
they're
how
just
it
going through
goes,
some
just-
transition. Racing is
just
expensive.
growing.
That's why I pulled out. Racing is just expensive. When I was
How you
starting my
make $1
shop.
million racing? Start with $2 million.
Let's say start with $2 million. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. With starting
It's
the
very
shop and
true.
all, I had to pull out because I was like, I gotta make some money to make.
Yeah.
make
Even
sense.
if you're doing a lot of the wrenching yourself and you know how to get parts for cheap, even if you can do those things, it still takes time.
it still
And
takes a
time
lot.
costs money. So
we were literally just talking about that on the way up here.
yeah, so it still costs you one way or another.
Yeah, and
you
then
know.
life's already expensive. It is nowadays.
Life is expensive. I'm glad
trying
you
to
guys
go
noticed.
trying to go race your motorcycle isn't very practical, but
All right.
it's worth every penny.
Yeah. Well, it's a cool thing. So these are all 131s. You guys are out there spinning laps. What's the next race? What do you guys got going on for the year? What's that season looking like? Because let's say you're me and you don't pay much attention to that. I catch the vapors when you guys are done.
Yeah.
But what's it look like right now? Like, what are you guys setting up to race?
So right now, Ravi's working on his bike, and
I'm kind of jumping back into the program,
yeah,
as well as I'm having a baby soon, so
yeah.
I'm gonna be missing the next race just because I'm having a baby shower.
Shout out to Mel.
Yeah, shout out to Mel.
Mel, where you at? Mella. Yeah, she's cooking up a kid for Ravi. Congrats on
Yeah.
that. Boy, girl.
Boy.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yeah, we'll have another one out here on the podcast soon.
Good job.
About
Good
to be
job.
a Funko dog.
Good job. Good job. So it's time for you to get your stuff in line, Clay, and
Yeah.
you know, and
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
You never know what life has to offer.
No.
Okay, so we're getting ready for the race. You're gonna miss the next race. What is that next race? You guys did some of that Chuckwalla, is that right?
No, it's
Where were
Bagger
you?
Racing League. It's Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska
This
in
month.
2 weeks.
Okay. And
2 weeks.
you're gonna go out there with? Is it a Quaid team you're on? FDR team? I'm a little
No,
confused.
it's Frankie Dean Racing and Youngbloodkollective.
Okay.
Just kind of teamed up to spread the word, Frankie Dean Racing is just something to separate from the foundation, and the Youngbloodkollective is which I'm running, Youngblood company. Just wanting to do good, I guess, just a collective group of people, and why not spread the word and race and, be good and have fun.
Youngblood, that's a cool name. How did you come up with that?
Actually, this guy right here, little mirror, but yeah, you actually gave it to me, dude. So let's speak about that. This goes off of actually, meeting Otto, just a weed smoking fool, and
you were smoking weed. I wasn't smoking.
Okay. Let's disclaimer.
Yeah.
And anyways,
I just wear the weed gear. I just want to fit in.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, yeah. Clay Braun, I like that.
Actually, they send us money, but yeah. Shout out to Clay Braun Company. This segment now sponsored by Clay Braun Company.
Damn, I was like a Joe Rogan pop-in advertisement. I like that.
Yeah, no.
But, yeah, so you literally, 3 months goes by, you're like, hey, I got this company I want you to do a photo shoot with, and next thing you know, just chilling and kind of handed it over to me and let me run with it, and I think it's been like 5, 6 years, and trying my best at it. Yeah, I have a goal. I want to be able to give back to, kids that were like me, or like you, or just even like Ravi. You know what I mean? Like just have some type of a.
What do you mean, kids like you?
I guess just like be guided in the right direction. Okay. From an early age.
Yeah.
Just because you want to ride motorcycles and have all this fun and try to stay out of trouble and all that stuff. But sometimes you don't. I guess the right route, or
we got into it at a young age, and we were lucky. Like we met you early on, and a lot of other individuals who kind of knew the ropes, obviously more than we did. So you guys felt like having people like that.
Well, I'm good at telling you what not to do. That's about the only thing I can tell you. To
any advice is good advice when you're 18 years old and you're on a motorcycle and you kind of think you know everything, and so you know how it goes.
Yeah. So just taking that from what I've learned from motorcycles and the people that we've been around, and applying that to athletic sports, or I see kids that rip, have so much potential, and I would like to, say, hey, this is cool. This is, don't do that, do this. Like just looking out.
A lot of kids have good chances, but they are good opportunities, but they just get misguided or they get distracted. I feel like, and blow those opportunities with,
or get messed over by the wrong people, or just. Different paths, I guess, just trying to...
Or even just let their ego get to them. Yeah. I mean, you've told me from an early age that nice guys finish first. It just takes a while, and I feel like that's something that really stuck with me.
Yeah, I mean, I firmly believe that. I always give the Dwayne Peters and Tony Hawk example. Have you ever heard of Dwayne Peters?
No, not Dwayne Peters.
Yeah,
Tony Hawk.
I know.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk,
Tony
Tony Hawk, yeah.
That's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference. Dwayne Peters was arguably just as talented, at one time, but didn't go the nice guy route and didn't play his cards right, and that's in skateboarding, obviously, and we're talking about motorcycling. Things have changed. I did meet Clay then because Bubs was 17, I think. You were 18. You're a little older than Bubs.
Bubs a little younger than us.
Yeah. So that was a long time ago, 9-10 years ago. I didn't realize I knew you that long.
Yeah.
You guys are showing that if you want, this motorcycling stuff can be more than just a lifestyle. It can be a career. You can make some money at it. You can have a good time racing, working on bikes, and doing the right thing. All of it can be done. There's
it can be a full circle for sure.
If you're in the Harley world and you're from anywhere in the world, not just Southern California, that Harleys and motorcycling can take you to a bad spot too. The choice is yours. Yeah, we got those friends that they're locked up or boxed up, one or the other, and I prefer not to be either. I like to be a free man and hanging out and with my friends and doing cool stuff. And you guys do it at the next level. Cool. I'm out riding a little bit. We're out riding. Flynn, shout out Flynn, Bryant, producer, rider, not a racer.
I feel like that's when I had the most fun on my bike, though. It's like racing's cool, stunt riding's cool, but like just riding around, cruising town, just going on rides with your friends, going to like the Kernville camp out, like those are some of the best times I think I've had on my bike. Like the other stuff's cool, but like just
as long as you don't hit a deer.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say.
Shout out to Otto for that one.
Yeah, tell us about the time you went to the Kernville camp out and you hit a deer, Ravi.
Or about your little mushroom experience, dude.
I don't do mushrooms
anymore.
Yeah.
What happened
That
at
was awesome.
Kernville when you hit your?
Yeah, so what was it? Probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 2021. The one year I decided to drive to Kern with my Sprinter van, put the bike in the back of the Sprinter van, drove there, got some tacos, went to go on a little cruise with my girl. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a big old deer just decided to jump out in front of me on the highway, and yeah, we went through it.
You killed the deer, right?
Yeah, split the deer in half.
Smoked
Unfortunately, we weren't smart. We weren't wearing proper gear because we were just swimming along from creekside to creekside. Weren't thinking about it. Mel had road rash pretty much all over her body.
She was wearing shorts, right?
She was wearing shorts and a tank top. She
Were you
had
wearing shorts too.
I was wearing shorts and a
Yeah,
tank,
that's what I thought.
just like a t-shirt. Her van somehow busted through and was like up on her thigh somehow. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I broke ribs, both my ribs on each side, popped a lung, tore my knee down to my kneecap. It was a pretty fun experience.
You got pretty messed up.
Yeah, it was also during COVID, so I think it took the ambulance like 2 hours to get there, and then it was another hour ride back to Bakersfield, which was probably worse than sitting on the side of the road because it's Bakersfield.
Yeah. It's a nice hospital, huh?
Yeah, I checked myself out 2 days into it because one of the guys in there ended up breaking loose and was like chasing around nurses with knives and stuff like that. It was just fucking chaotic in there. I was just like, I gotta get out of here. So I ended up checking myself out. Just went back home. Went back to Riverside Community after that.
Kernville's.
But yeah, it was
Could be a
brutal.
wild time.
It was brutal. But then
What bike were you on?
it's on my FXR. It was right when I built my twin cam FXR. Cracked my frame in half and everything.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, bummer. But rebuilt it with a chrome frame. So blessing in disguise.
Silver lining.
Yeah, silver lining.
Chrome line.
lining.
Yeah,
Chrome
yeah,
lining.
got the chrome lining.
So,
Yeah, haven't been to Kern since. Had a little bit of some PTSD, and trying to get Mel back on board with going out there is kind of a challenge now.
well, she's
So-
probably not going to make it this year, but it's our 10th year anniversary. Maybe we could get Youngblood Clay out there. I don't think you've ever been, have you?
I've been there a couple times.
Yeah. Okay. We might come back. Like I said,
All the-
10 year.
He's crashed the party a couple times.
Yeah.
I remember when you made me go in the dunk tank.
Oh,
like
yeah.
40-degree weather.
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes.
That was early Kernvilles. And it was cold.
Yeah, I'll make,
Oh,
I'll
it
make
was-
a guest appearance for the both of us.
Okay. Do
I'm
that.
not looking forward to that.
Yeah. You're not missing nothing. You got new adventures on the horizon with this.
With this
This
Grom.
baby.
I know. It's
Got a name?
Bodie.
Buddy?
Bodie.
Bodie.
Bodie James.
Okay. BJ.
Yeah, BJ. yeah.
Why is that
Very,
funny?
huh?
Why is that funny?
You know? It's classic.
Kidding. All right. What other bikes you got in your stable right now, Ravi? You got your bagger. You're racing.
You're gonna air me out like that? Mel's listening.
What? She's not
So
listening.
I'm gonna
Nobody's
list-
listening. We only got like
I'm gonna list the
We
bikes I
only got,
have.
like,
I'm not saying they're
88 followers, man. No one's listening.
some might be for sale. I'm buying my Softail back today.
Unreal.
My red bike. So I had the chance to buy that back for a really good deal. So I'm
Oh, the slide tail.
slide tail. I'm literally going from here to go pick it up. So
Who has it?
my buddy Braden.
Okay.
So I built a bike for him, and we did some trade work. I ended up getting a car from him. He ended up buying my bike. We did some wheeling and dealing. But now it's just time to get my bike back. So he gave me the opportunity to buy it back, and I couldn't really say no to that one, just given the history. Ended up buying a race bagger because I went out there a couple weeks ago, and I got the itch. Got my twin cam FXR. I have a M8 FXR I'm in the process of building right now, and then I have a chopper Dyna I'm in the process of building right now. So
Tell us about that M8 FXR. Who's you do the frame and all that? What do you start with?
yeah, I started out just with a stock 92 frame, and I bought the motor out of a 18 Road Glide, and I've just been doing it all myself. It's honestly, it kind of sucks. It's
Yeah.
a little bit more than I thought. I bit off a little bit more than I can chew. But it's just a tedious project with running the shop, trying to do everything in the shop, and then finding the time to work on my own stuff has been the challenging part. I don't get to work on it as much as I thought I would, and it's probably gonna take a long time for it to be finished.
Yeah, it's
So,
probably you're gonna have less time.
yeah. Now I'm having a kid too, so
Now
I'm,
pops out that baby.
yeah, and then I decided to build a chopper Dyna at the same time, so
Okay.
I'm just all over the place right now.
Spread thin. What bikes you got, Clay?
Right now I got Grandpa's FXR, the
Yeah.
1992 convertible.
Yeah.
Got that. And
Ravi was just working on that one a little bit.
Oh, faithful.
Yeah, 38 years old, dude.
It's pretty cool.
Had some oil lines pop off. Had the
It was just he just broke a exhaust stud and then just some oil ferrules and stuff like that. Nothing crazy.
Standard FXR stuff.
yeah, just cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then went on a ride yesterday. Broke the
Coil mount.
coil mount. So
Standard
fixing that
FXR
too.
stuff.
Yeah, just good stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got the race bike. The race bike's in pieces right now too. Had a pretty good get off 2 weeks ago. Had the bike roll a couple times.
Shredded your pinky off.
Yeah, shredded my pinky off. It's just weight reduction. We're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, new swing arm, Olin's front end. Just trying to go faster, be better, not hit the ground. Get some more ground clearance, and we won't do that again. So.
Yeah, you had a pretty good get off. Was it last year?
April 25th of last year.
Yeah.
And the car that was out here too, wasn't it?
Wasn't that long ago.
Actually, yeah.
So it was just a year ago.
Yeah. It was coming home from a house call, cutting hair.
Yeah. Got in a fight with the minivan.
Yep. Pulled out in front of me.
Minivan
Obviously,
won.
I won.
Yeah. Obviously, I seen you in the hospital.
That was just a little bit after, but I came back. I'm good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Good to
You
get
spun
those out
the
of the
car
way.
around what, like 180 degrees?
Oh yeah,
TV?
I totaled that thing, dude.
Dinah took it like a champ.
You kids.
Well, that's what Ravie's actually, helping me on that too. So, I mean, my projects are Ravie's projects too, because I don't really know a lot. So, I honestly call him and ask him a lot of, information and insight on stuff. But I'm trying to do somewhat of a Frankenstein Dinah chopper kind of thing, bring it back to life, and just have a cool little chopper that's,
It's gonna be a chopper, hardtail, or what's gonna be? What's chopper mean?
We're just up. They're just extending the frame up
Yeah.
like
Oh, okay.
6-7 inches, like with Frisco style stuff.
big dog.
Up and
I
out.
need to keep
Yeah.
the swing arm on there for Clay because I can't imagine Clay bouncing around on a hardtail.
No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not doing it.
That's
I've gone
cool.
through enough. My back already hurts.
Yeah. Well, you're young.
We all can't be Otto.
Yeah, we all can't be as cool as Otto.
Come on, guy. Come on. Don't be weird.
You know.
Stick to the topic at hand. You guys, not me. I'm not being interviewed. Clay, freaking kids, put your
First time, dude.
your little moneymaker by that microphone. All right.
Hello. Better.
Thank you. Thank
Sick.
you. You don't want Flynn mad at you, man. Come on.
He's the guy.
So you know you're messing up.
So in this bagger racing league things, in the what class are you guys racing? Like what's the,
I've been racing the big twins class and like the air cooled twins. This is actually going to be my first time jumping into the bagger class with them.
okay?
He's been kind of
What's the difference?
the bike.
Big twins are just anything. It's basically like your Softail Dyna, something like that. Light twins is basically XR Sportsters. Yeah. Pro stock is, so we have a new class, Super Street, which is like DOT tires.
Seems dangerous.
Yeah, it's kind of like an entry level class
Yeah.
to get your foot in the door and kind of love it. But it is kind of scary to think about,
Yeah, wad your bike up the first time and then come back with something.
I was running Shinko 777s when I was going out to the track for the first time. And honestly, they hooked up there. I mean, there's a certain point where you're going to have to like switch to slicks, but they held up quite well. I was surprised.
All right. So
they got that class and then our class, which is Pro Stock.
who's in your class?
Got Jake Masters,
Everybody.
Danny Ruthless, Tony Salima.
Tony's fast.
Yeah, dude,
Tony's fast.
Tony's the godfather of it all. I mean, he's the one who's actually started before it even got cool. So hats off to Tony. Yeah, and he's smooth, man. He's the godfather, like I said.
That whole class is fast. I feel like it's the most competitive class at BRL. It's just there's more people in it. Everyone's competitive. I mean, how many people are on the grid? Like 20? Something like that?
Yeah.
It's just a blue collar kind of.
Exactly. It's just more of your everyday kind of guy. It's the one that class that everyone's kind of going out there to race.
Yeah, you're not factory Harley or Indian.
Exactly. You don't
No,
have
it's
to-
more like grassroots and kind of everyone supporting each other, when they can. Even everyone had each other's backs, like Feeling blew a transmission and everyone on our team was, running back and forth just to see what we could do if they wanted to ride the next day.
I needed something from Feeling, and they helped me out and got my bike going as well.
Yeah. So it's cool. This bagger racing league is the camaraderie just within the league. It's awesome. and we get to travel and see different tracks, and just it's rad.
It's also cool watching all the sport bike guys trip
Actually,
out on all
yeah, dude, because
and
before,
how fast the Harleys actually are going on the track.
yeah, it can be, because before we didn't get the proper
Welcoming.
solid welcome. Yeah.
That's how it
Like,
usually works, right?
Oh, dude, yeah, but I mean, it was like we got there and we show up to like tech inspection, and they're like,
Your bikes are
you see this
falling
list?
apart.
You see this list? Check all the boxes, and we're like, what? Like,
I think the first time I went to the track, I had a bunch of chrome pieces flying off my bike, and
They
one
were
of the
so
track
mad.
guys, like, he didn't even like have to ask who it was. He just walked over and just like handed me all these parts. He's like, I know these came off of your bike, and I'm like,
yeah,
They
just
did.
mad. I'm like, dude, we want some help. Like, we're trying to be ripping with you guys. Like,
Yeah.
help us out, you know? So it took us like 2 or 3 times to get yelled at through tech inspection. We figured it out, but now it's cool. Like, we show up and we hang out, we party with all them too, and it's just different. It's cool. We finally like nudged our way into the sport bike racing community, I guess you could say.
Well, those guys have been doing it for a long time. They've worked hard to get where they're at. They've probably
Yeah.
seen stuff like this come and go, you know, steal their glory for a minute and then burn out and disappear. And so they probably wanted to make sure you guys were going to stick with it and do them some justice, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
There has to, especially with racing. I'm sure you guys have learned with like the Boat 100. There has to be like structure and some organization to it. Otherwise, it's just chaotic for everybody.
Yeah, and Harley guys already don't have the best rep, you know, so
We're already last minute and like
yeah.
don't have our stuff together. So
We're doing
You
better.
probably prove their point often. But you stuck with it, and you guys are starting to get fast and be consistent, and starting to show those guys that this can be done and have some fun.
Yeah,
I bet they respect that.
On 600-pound bikes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had a similar experience when we raced the Nora on a Sportster. You know what I mean? It's like a 5-day rally. So the first day we lined up on the starting line in Ensenada, and you know, we were in the class with modern 450s because we didn't really have a class. You know what I mean? And those guys, like, they wouldn't even give us a head nod or the time
Yeah,
of day.
just like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah, and the second day, same thing. They wouldn't even say what's up. And then
That's why we want to be here.
I feel like you guys were like one of the first people I saw, like you guys in Rouser, like build a true desert Sportster.
yeah, Rob did.
Yeah,
But
I feel like
the third day,
started the
those
whole
guys
trend.
gave us, oh, what's up? You know, and day 4, like, oh, you guys are doing okay. And, you know, we
What'd you
earned a little bit of respect. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Put
said,
some respect on it.
where's that new Husky? Oh, well, blew up. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. You know.
My old cold Harley's still going.
Yeah, we were still going. You know, day 5. I knew you guys could do it. You know.
Stop
It's like
it.
watching the
Yeah.
Class 11s out there. It's
Shut
just
up.
like just watching.
Yeah. So it's you just got to earn it a little bit more, you know, than if you showed up with a CBR 600.
Yeah.
And
They
and that's
welcome you right in.
yeah. And that's kind of where we've been at. I mean, even like my bagger, I've honestly laid that thing down a couple of times just from mechanical stuff, learning what works and what doesn't work, ground clearance, geometry, all that stuff. It has caused me to learn a lot about, I guess, motorcycle parts. As far as racing goes, before I would not even care. As long as my Dyna started up and it ran, I'd run it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motor mounts blown, didn't matter. But now I'm like checking PSI and
Yeah,
you
with
know,
torque wrench.
dude. You know, I'm like actually
Never own a
Dude.
torque wrench when you own a Harley, you know.
no, dude. I'm here with
Loctite.
a notebook and like writing stuff down like
Yeah.
homework, you know, for racing. But yeah, before, dude, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's the year 2025. There's computers and wind tunnels and stuff's better than it's ever been. But I think the bagger racing stuff is very similar to like early days of drag racing, you know, where they were just throwing junk at the wall and seeing what sticks. And you know, there's different stuff. You know, drag racing, they used to put the motor in the front of the car. And then one day some guy's like, this is really dangerous, and I don't think it's as fast. Let's put it behind us, you know. And everyone's like,
Change
can't
the game.
do that,
Yeah,
you know, but change the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
change
You
the
know,
game.
and I think the bagger stuff, I don't know too many examples that are like that, but I know similar stuff is going on. Oh,
Yeah.
run an inverted fork or run
No,
a conventional
exactly.
fork, you know, little stuff like that, you know, and it's not like you can just walk over to those guys on the CBR 600 and look and see what they're doing because it's apples to oranges, you know what I mean? There's some stuff that carries over, I'm sure, tires and things like that, but a lot of it's, you learn by doing it, you know.
Yeah.
And guys have been going fast on Harleys for a long time, so I'm sure it's not quite as stark contrast as that drag racing example I just gave, but I bet there's a lot of stuff that you just don't know till you go and try it on the track, and it takes one guy wadding it up or, getting the checkers to make people like, yeah, we should do that to our bike,
Yeah, a lot of trial
don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like especially over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of teams develop a lot of the parts that have made it a little bit easier for people to get on the track now. Alloy art being one of them.
I was gonna say. Like,
I feel like with them being out on the track as much as they have been, they've developed quite a bit of useful parts that
Alloy art.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. Is it Dimitri? What's the guy's name?
Robbie,
yeah.
and
Robbie, Justin, and Phil.
They develop a lot of stuff that people are even using on the streets now. So a lot of the things that we're learning on the racetrack, a lot of companies are able to help develop parts that are benefiting people on the street as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
Stuff that's started life on the track. It was developed for the track, and then people figured out, hey, this will work on the street as well.
Yeah,
It'll also help
some benefits.
Performance tested for sure on the track.
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing you're saying is like stuff that we didn't know. I never thought running rear sets. I was against it. I thought, mids till I die, never.
My Dyna has mids. I got to have them on.
Mids till I die, I'm like, I don't know, dude. And then it started going faster. And then you start looking at pictures. And I'm like, dude, I'm hanging off all weird. I don't even like that.
Well, especially for the racetrack, you start realizing you're trying to mimic a sport bike as much as possible.
Well, this guy's a jockey, so it's different. He literally sits there like,
at the little horse.
Sick. I'm over here dangling off the bike like a little parachute.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest thing for me was going from, Dyna mids to actually like fabricating, a set of rear sets, like street bike rear sets, which Alley Art, they custom fabbed and made and, made it
all
work.
The R&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest thing. I was like, dude, I don't know, because you sit on it, you're like, this is so uncomfortable. But once you start moving and grooving and getting the right track lines, you're just like, this stick, this works. You're just like, just getting it. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and you can look at a sport bike and say, obviously that's the way, but I can't take that stuff off his bike and put it on my bike. How do I make it work?
Same with what I'm sure you guys did with the hooligan bikes. Is take an off-road dirt, like a desert dirt bike, and look at a sports and see what you guys can marry between the two and make sense.
And then you take it out on the track or in the dirt and you try it, and if it breaks, you throw it away, and if it doesn't, you're like, okay,
it stays.
Yeah, it stays. Let's keep it in the same.
Stays until it breaks.
Yeah.
And we moved our controls back a little bit, and just like you, like farther back than we would have thought would have been
comfortable.
But that's the way.
I mean, because how many bikes do you guys have now? How many hooligans? Like 3?
No,
or two?
Just two.
Just two.
I've
even seen the difference between the first and the second one. There's
our hooligan bike off-road bike is very rudimentary compared to what they're building now. And this year at the Biltwell 100, some guy showed up. I think he was 51. He raced a 450 last year, and he came and built a hooligan bike, and he raced the hooligan class this year with the big dogs, and he won. He cleaned everyone's clock. Man, his bike, his bike was next level. It was like a real race bike. It wasn't some cobbled together.
What it takes to race, unfortunately. People don't realize.
So that stuff, again, our bike, we did what we could, and it was pretty tech at the time. We thought, custom wound springs and rear shocks built by Elka. Like we had some nice stuff. It's beefed up swing arm, but now the bikes, man,
people are changing
most
the game.
Most of them are, they're real desert bikes or short course bikes.
It's cool to see you guys have turned that into like a whole sport, and to see the Biltwell 100 grow from where it started at. Because I remember when you guys first announced it, and now to see how many entries you guys have now, and to see how many people are just going to even just watch it's awesome to see. That's one aspect of racing I want to get involved in still.
I'm surprised you haven't yet.
I think one year you were supposed to come. Yeah. Didn't show up. He was going to race the FXR.
I was going to race my FXR, and you wouldn't let me.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Don't do it. Don't do it. Which one of you guys faster?
Oh, dude, I knew this question was coming. I don't know, man. I'd say
realistically, probably like
we have our days.
Clay. Like
we have our, don't give me that.
It's probably Clay.
Let's
now.
argue a little bit.
I don't get an answer.
No, we both have our days, dude. He has good days. I have bad days. It's, he's just a different rider. His style's different.
Why? What makes his style different?
I don't know. He's the beast of the Middle East, dude. He's just like, he's like calm. He just eats, get after it. I'm not. I'm like, woo, just a switch, dude. It's just on or off. You know, Ravie's like, you know, just he's getting it. I don't know if you heard his interview with Bag of Racing with Brandon.
No.
One of the first races ever, dude. He's like up there at Calm. He's like, the whole time I was just racing with, like, I had my head cut off, dude, running from Brandon Quaid, Joe Gale, like the first.
Oh, this last BRL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought everyone was chasing
Yeah.
me. I'm not going to lie, but I had everyone gapped, apparently.
Yeah. He was doing good. And you know, so.
No, he's probably faster.
No.
Yeah, Ravie's, he's calm, cool, and collected, man. We could all be a little more like Ravie, I think. Be better
100%.
off. Be better off.
That's a lot to say.
Yeah, you live longer. All right. Who, maybe not just in racing, but who's out there doing it on a Harley these days? Who some of the up and comers? You know, you guys are kind of getting old quick.
I don't want to.
Who's the whippersnapper?
I don't want to hype his ego up because I love him, but he's my boy.
I'm thinking of 3 names right now.
I sponsor a couple of dudes through my shop, and they're all killers. They're all great people. Do not let this get to your head.
You ready to say this?
Travis 211, Cyrus Diaz,
and Nate.
Yep.
Yeah,
I would say out here right now they're the young and up and comers.
Yeah.
They're killing it. They're hitting all the events. They're being consistent, doing the work.
They actually just raced Cyrus and Nate. They just raced Costa Mesa Harley Nights on their stunt bikes and won first and second. So
yeah, they're
just having fun. They're getting it.
Yeah, they're just ripping. They're taking it to another level. So.
Yeah.
That's cool. You guys are helping them out too, steering them the right direction, keeping them out of trouble a little bit.
We're trying.
Yeah,
we're trying,
I mean,
but you know, I mean, trying to tell a 23, 24-year-old to not go to the bar, not do all this stuff, and party is
now you know how I feel.
Yeah, no, that's why I told him, like, look, like we were all 20. Just be smart, just make smart choices. Obviously, still have fun. You know, that's what makes you you. But just don't end up in jail or with a felony or something. You know.
It's so easy to say that.
It is, but it's so easy to have happen too.
Yeah, no, I know.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of up and comers. I feel like with this, especially in the stunt scene, I feel like the game with everything has just changed. I mean, I live in Huntington now, and there's little 10 to 12-year-olds I see like double hand dragging their e-bikes through my street, and I'm just like,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a hater, dude. I wish I grew up in a little bit.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is beyond me. I'm like, you put
talk about it.
Yeah,
you put some of these kids on a big bike, it's gonna be over.
You're telling me the first time I think I ever like touched a dirt bike, dude, like legit on a track, was a 110, probably like 6 or 7 years old, dude. You know, and like I see kids now, dude, 2 or 3 years old, barely walk on this little electric Stay6. This video of a kid, he's dude probably like 2 years old, just doing donuts in his garage around all of his trophies, and I'm like, yo.
Yeah, the other day.
That's what's up, dude. I'm like, I'm kind of hating because I kind of wish that was me, but get your money, kid, because that's going to be sick. He's going to be a ripper, you know? I'm just like, dope.
Yeah, the next generation of kids are just going to be out of this world. But I feel like every generation says that. I'm sure you guys all thought that about the next generation below you guys and then so forth. You know, you obviously want every generation to
do
be
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100%.
But just with this whole bike life thing, I feel like with this next generation is going to be just absolutely wild. It's going to be chaotic.
Well, they seem to have the bikes figured out more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before, you're on a BMX bike or, you're trying to make some 110 work, you know, that's set up for a little kid, but you're putting bigger bars on it so you can go jump.
Well, even like he said, the Stay6 stuff, just like seeing
that
how
shit-
young these kids are learning throttle control and just balance and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
Like,
then they
I
get
wanna
on a
see-
Suron after that. It's just
nutty.
my kid's not even born and I already have him a balance bike. I'm like, so it's just to see them start out as a young age like
what
that.
if he doesn't want to ride it? Are you gonna beat him?
Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna send him to Russia. He's gonna be a rider.
You're gonna send him to
I'm just
Russia?
kidding. I'm totally kidding, by the way. If he doesn't,
you hear
if he
that?
doesn't want to ride motorcycles, I've already thought about that. I'm like, I don't really care.
Get him a bow.
He would save a lot of money if he wasn't into motorcycles. I will say that.
I'm telling you right now, Ravi, that's not going to happen. He's going to be into motorcycles.
Yeah, he better be.
It better be. He ain't my kid if he's not.
They hit him with the good old motor oil, little Simba when he comes out, dude.
What is your favorite Harley ever, or your favorite motorcycle ever? It doesn't have to be a Harley. You can tell me if it's not. It's okay. Clay?
I'm gonna say my grandpa's bike, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about your grandpa's bike. I've
It's
seen
just-
pictures. What color is it?
It's red, like a cherry red.
Yeah, it's a good
Cherry
color.
red, chrome.
92, 93.
92.
Best year, in my opinion.
Yeah, he just there's so much stories so many stories behind it. I mean, talks about going on the love ride, with my grandma, doing all this cool stuff with his friends. He never really changed anything on it. Just rode it, took care of it, and after that he sold it to my grandpa or sold it to my uncle, and then I picked it up off my uncle, and it's just gonna kind of stay in the family forever. I don't really have any thing I want to do to it other than Ravi's gonna put some pep in its step and make it a little bit louder, maybe a thunder header, just brother things. But other than that, yeah, it's cool. I love that bike, dude. It's my favorite.
Okay, what about you, Ravi?
I do love my twin cam FXR, but honestly, I'm a softail guy. Those new softails, they handle. I know they don't really feel as like a nostalgic Harley. They don't really feel as cool, but I had my 18 softail, and
well, that thing eats.
dude, honestly, I raced that thing. I stunt rode that thing. I dailied it for 3 years. That bike just never let me down. It was just a runner. It handled amazing.
I think he only blew the motor once.
Top end I blew once, but the bottom end's still running on it. I mean,
You told me that a while ago. I know you've ridden all the bikes pretty hard.
I've had a Road Glide. I've had a Sportster. I've had an FXR. I've had an early model Dyna. Haven't had a late model Dyna.
Yeah, and you always told me that. You're like, man, the softail's impressive.
I like the soft. Like I said, it's just a daily, like a good runner. And the way I had mine set up with the RT fairing and the Sport Glide bags, I liked how I had the touring feel with like the bags and the fairing. Yeah. But it wasn't as bulky as a Road Glide. Because sometimes when you're lane splitting on a Road Glide, you're like,
scary.
This thing's fucking big, Yeah. So you had a little bit of both aspects of that. Felt like a Dyna in the sense of it was quick and just nimble, but you had the mix of the touring feel with it, as far as my opinion goes.
Yeah.
And it was reliable, honestly. Like I said, that thing never skipped a beat, and I beat that thing since day one. I bought it with 0 miles on it, and I think it's at like 50 now, and he just blew the top end on it. And it was only because it somehow ran with no oil. So.
Huh. I know how that happens. Yeah. No oil.
Yeah.
Don't check it.
I know what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Don't I got no oil in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to be locked in on the softail.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't feel, like I said, I do like riding my FXR around. It feels a lot cooler for sure. I'm not like, don't get me wrong.
Makes your wiener bigger.
Yeah, but
it doesn't. Who told you that?
When you show up with the FXR?
No, dude.
You back that thing a lot cooler than backing in a softail.
Yeah,
I guess.
100%.
Yeah.
But reliability wise, I'd rather ride my softail across the country than
It's very true.
FXR.
I put some miles on my wife's.
Oh yeah, you had the ST. How did you like that?
Yeah,
you have an FXR and you have an ST.
Like you
as
said,
far as Harley goes, obviously I know you're a Honda guy.
I had some FXRs. Yeah, I'm a big Honda guy now.
Honda.
Wait, when you ride every day and you want to get from point A to point B,
yeah,
you kind of
you're not a mechanic. Yeah, the ST, the lowrider platform, like you said, we were up north and hitting big sweepers pretty fast, and
smooth.
It don't walk, and yeah, a little fairing helps and some bags helps, and but you're still narrow enough to split some
That's
lanes.
how Brandon Quaid got me on I had my Sportster, and I was in love with that thing. This was when we were stunt riding.
You blew up that thing like 8 times.
Yeah, I was like, this is my Sportster. I'm not getting rid of it. If I get rid of it, I'm getting a Dyna.
Yeah.
Brandon, one day, this is when the Softails came out, and he's like, go ride this Softail. And I'm like, dude, that thing has 1 shock on it. That thing's stupid. No.
This is when everyone was tripping.
This is when everyone was hating on the Softails. Yeah.
This is a mistake. It's not going to be cool.
He's like, just go ride it. And I'm like, all right. I went and rode it, and literally that day, I'm like, I'm signing papers on this bike. I'm like, I'm buying this bike. And, yeah, he got me since.
Yeah, they're
famous
good
last
Love you, Brandon.
Yeah, famous last words.
There's been a lot of them sold. They seem pretty reliable.
They're just good runners, and they're reliable. They're easy to make go. The Milwaukee 8s are easy to make go fast.
Yeah, Cafe says the M8s, man. You want to hop it up? It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, you throw a cam in them, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I don't think mine even needs it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Stock, they're perfect.
They don't need anything.
100 horsepower on a Harley is plenty.
Yeah, it's plenty.
None of you guys are riding your guys' bike to that capability.
Oh, dang.
I love you guys,
finally,
but
Ravi let him have it.
Mike's mic dropping over here, dude.
Yeah.
Come to the racetrack.
Yeah. Dang, come to the racetrack.
Hey, yeah, I'll second that one, dude, because it's the sickest thing going fast with your friends and not worrying about getting pulled out in front of or
Yeah, you can actually go fast and like ride your bike to like its full capabilities.
So there's a lot of cool things about the track. I never thought I would see myself in a hot, nasty leather suit, dude. Tell me.
When I went out there for the BRL kickoff, I came out there to just do the stunt show. It was me, Wheelie Pig, Sea Bear, and like CJ Barham. We just came out there to do stunts. That was it.
Hashtag humble brag right there.
Oh yeah, my bad.
The hitters.
We went out there. At the end of the day, they were like, "Let's just go run some laps." And I'm like, "I'm not putting on a leather suit. That's lame. Like, I'm good off of that." And Eric from Jiffy Tune was like, "No, like go put on a suit and go try it." And I'm not gonna lie, I went out there. I was like, "I'm gonna blow the doors off these dudes." Like. I know how to ride. Yeah. I went out there. I got past like I was standing still. Yep. I literally it was the most humbling experience of my life. I think.
And those are all big boys that blew your doors off too.
Oh, there's little kids passing me on sport, like little 12-year-olds, like head dragging through corners, and I'm just like, everything I thought I knew about riding just went out the window. I'm like, I know nothing about riding. I'm like, this is insane. And at that point, I was like, I got to get into this, and that's how my racing career, I guess, got started. Just because
100%.
So
got humbled by 12-year-olds on the racetrack.
The track's a good ego check.
It was.
Leave it on in the pits.
Yeah, I thought stunt riding just I thought that was it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a bad mofo. I can wheelie a Harley. I can slide a Harley. I'm like, I know everything. It was not the case. I would almost say too, like some of the track. I would say the track riding's, in my opinion, a little bit more challenging than stunt riding. For me at least, it's just when you crash stunt riding versus when you're crashing going 100 miles an hour, the risk is a little bit greater.
I just think I like the stunt riding for more of the style.
Yeah,
like everyone has their own style. I mean,
what's unique? It's just fun. It's free flowing. It's just
but racing is like consistent. You have to be there.
It's a mental game. Yeah, you have to both are mental game, but it's just very, very strategic. Yeah. Very strategic. And one small error can cost you either the race or you, essentially.
Yeah. No, and I think the stunt riding is a little bit loose, like the racing stuff, you can kind of like lock in on certain things, certain sections, you're riding your bike, you're always progressing.
It is cool to see the stunt riding scene, though, get more
hype.
Well, strategic with what they're doing. Like, I mean, you have like the drifter. You got like the brawl going. You got like drifter cross going. Slide GP just got announced. So like all these different stunt competitions, I feel like are
recognizing riders.
Yeah, and it's also allowing more kids to get involved with it and creating more of a sanctioned event with it. Because obviously, like stunt riding's cool, but let's be honest, like where can you go ride where you don't?
You're not trying to run around with Woodcrest.
Yeah, or you get cops. Like cop. Like, it's just you can't do it on the streets. It's very illegal, and there's not very many places for us to go ride outside of that without getting messed with the cops. So to have these events and to do it in close quarters and now them to be recognizing that is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's still a very dangerous thing, but to take out some of the elements and some of the...
Well, yeah, and then once you get...
the cops out of the deal.
Yeah, I feel like now that it's getting more organized, I feel like as far as like a rider, you can get more sponsors on board because now you're not engaging in stunts that are out on the street and companies don't want to endorse something that's obviously illegal. But when you're in a closed quarters...
Why not? We've been endorsing you dummies for years now.
We're always been safe and on closed quarters.
Invite you guys out to our parking lot parties and Clay wadded up in the street. Dude, we don't care.
We were just talking about that.
We don't care.
Literally,
those companies that don't want to support the Rippers and the Youngbloods.
There's some people that are scared.
You support those companies.
Even a lot of the dealerships out here. I mean, some of the Harley dealerships don't even want to be a part of some of that.
The atmosphere.
They're going to be going out of business soon.
Well, that's like the dudes that don't want burnout marks on their drive or their
but then you get
dealership
like
floor or
dealerships like Brandon who let us burn down this parking lot and don't care about anything. Yeah.
They're going to stay a while.
Yeah, Brandon Quaid's early adopter of all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's out there racing and putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, exactly. He's out there actually riding and being a true.
So that's a good dealer to support. Quade, dealership like that.
Yeah.
Does a lot of events, a lot of rides, a lot of helps with all the
Yeah, it's about the
charities,
community.
helps you guys out. He's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, same with like companies like you guys. You guys have always been about supporting the community. You guys have always been heavily involved. So I feel like supporting you guys from day one has always been like
it's easy. It's easy to do cool stuff with you guys.
Yeah, who else has been helping you guys? Who else has helped you guys get to here? Companies or
Russ
family
Warnermont's been a huge help of mine. Russ has helped me from day one with.
Man, talk about triple OGs.
Yeah, Russ has helped me with a lot of stuff, writing and with stuff with my shop as well. Just huge help. Very smart guy.
You're pretty lucky that guy gives you the time of day, dude. He shouldn't give anybody in the Harley world the time of day. He's done so much stuff outside of this
Off-road
dumb
stuff.
little world of ours,
and he has
at such a high level, and he's still doing it, with him and Carson, and their Kawasaki stuff.
It's crazy to see how far.
I'm surprised he answers your call.
Yeah, no, he has a lot of patience too. That's why I always try to tell people, I'm like, if you guys knew Russ as a person, you guys would be the first to support his company because everything he's about and how he is as a person. But like you said, Russ is a very busy guy, so not many people get to see the face put the face to the name just because of how busy he always is with his racing stuff, and his son races the side-by-side stuff, so that takes up a tremendous amount of their time. Who else? I mean, Saddleman's always been on board since day one. They've been a huge help. You guys,
multiple Saddlemen seem like they've custom seats.
Dave and Chris have always been
in a timely
super
fashion and supporting racing and custom stuff.
Yeah, Greg from SPC, they've always been a huge help. Espinosa's, the guys at Espinosa's have always helped me out tremendously.
Eric and Gil always kept us fresh. I say Steve from Speed Kings always had my back. Steve, Speed Kings. Steve.
I ain't heard of him.
Yeah, he's sick though. He's always had my back on and off everything, riding, stunting, racing, all that stuff.
Steve has had your back. He's a good dude.
I'll second that with another Steve from Till Death.
Oh, yeah, Steve.
That's my dude.
Yeah, that's my sister.
But yeah, there's just honestly so many names in this industry. It's
I don't want to be rude or anything, but yeah, there's so many people that are just so like awesome and have really helped us out. It's just rad. I wish I could have a whole list of names. I wish I was ready for this, but there's really just a whole bunch of people.
You had a week to prepare, man.
You did.
I came ready. Why aren't you ready?
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
There's just too many names.
In our defense, you didn't ask us any of the questions you were gonna.
Yeah, dude. We
what questions was I supposed to ask you?
I don't know.
What did you think I was gonna ask you?
How tall I am? What do I weigh?
I don't care how tall you are.
I don't know. How big is my heart?
Yeah.
What size socks I wear? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care. Tell that to your Tinder profile, man. I don't
have one of those.
Know that information.
No.
Clay's off the market.
I got one more question for Clay, and then we should go get some lunch.
I second that.
What kind of activator you use?
This thing right here?
Yeah.
You want to touch it, dude? This is natural.
No, it looks gross.
Look, dude.
Looks like
natural. I didn't even brush it right now.
Easy E called, man. He wants his drip back.
He wants that drip.
It stays clean, man.
I'm just kidding. I'm very proud of the stuff that you guys are doing, and I don't think we've had much a part in it. It's you guys being driven, being young. I like to make fun of a lot of the young kids out there. They don't seem like they can get off the couch, and you guys don't have that problem. I have a feeling you guys don't spend much time on the couch. You guys are always out doing something. It's car related, motorcycle related, event related. You're having fun. You do it at a high level. Clay calls himself a professional fun haver, and so that means you're getting paid to do it, and you probably are. Probably not a lot, but
hey, I'm making something happen.
Yeah, you're making something happen, and that gives me hope for the other young kids out there that they're not going to all be bums. They're not going to all be Fortnite playing, Uber Eats ordering bums. They're gonna get out there and have some. They're gonna party on Harleys, if you will.
That's kind of that's my thing, dude. It's not anyway in a bad way or anything. Just whatever you do, take it seriously, have fun, and like a lot of stuff happens. Like look at Ravi, man. He's partying on Harleys. He doesn't say it, but he's partying on Harleys, you know.
I know he moved out the hood.
Savagepowerhouse.
Made it out Riverside.
Made it out of Riverside.
Life's good.
You know what I
Man,
mean?
that's hard to do.
You know, so it's he's getting it. So it's
that's the dream for me and Clay, make it out the 951.
I'm about it.
Dude,
I'm
honestly
almost
ready
there.
to come back to Temecula.
Yeah,
like
I
houses are
left-
affordable out
I
here. You
left
can
a
get a
couple times.
house.
Shit, you're doing it out there, man.
No, it's cool, but like everything about just the upbringing and the scene has just been phenomenal for us both, and having your guys' guidance through it all has been a huge help. I feel like, so we only wish to be able to pass that on and keep it going. Because,
Yeah, pay it in full.
that's the only way it's gonna keep going.
Those little kids on the Stay Six, man, have a word with them and show them how to do it. You know, show 'em how
Oh
to
no,
do
they're
it.
gonna show me what's up, dude. They
I
have
was saying,
them
honest-
right better
They're not
than
going to
me,
listen,
dude.
just like you guys didn't listen. You know,
That's true.
Yeah.
but you can
Yeah.
at least be able to say, "Oh, I told you so." You know,
I've heard
Yeah.
that a couple times.
I told you so.
Yeah.
The older you get, the more you realize you're like, man, I have a little bit more respect for that guy that was trying to tell me that. Should have listened.
Yeah,
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
You can't, so you won't.
You won't. We're gonna wrap it up. Again, we appreciate you guys coming out. I know you're both busy. You got stuff going on. You got wives, lives, families, businesses to run. Clay loves to travel with a stack of 8x10s and sign them.
I knew this was gonna come up too.
We were just out the orphanage in San Felipe, and Clay comes out with a stack of 10x10s and a Sharpie, man. And
Frank did that. I didn't do
and
that.
the kids were actually pretty
Yeah.
stoked on that.
Dude, I'm going back. I can't wait.
Hey, I won't lie. Maybe one of my proudest moments is we raced that dumb Harley in Baja, and there's an ice cream shop in San Ignacio, which is a town about the size of this room, and there's an ice cream shop, and our poster's in there. You know,
So
our
rad.
little race poster, and it's I tell everyone that I know stopping in there, I'm like, go to the ice cream shop, look behind the front door, and you'll see the poster. That's how you know I'm a racer.
I feel like you go to any old like race shop, car shop, and you see all the old thank you posters and stuff like that. You're like, that's how you know you made it. It's like if you made it up on that wall.
So
It wasn't.
cool.
It wasn't even that. Like I just Frank. What happened is Frank asked me. He's like,
What happened was
what happened was Frank asked me. He was like, hey, do you want to give out these posters? I was like, no. I was like, we're here to hang out with the kids. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And he was like, come on, I'll ask Otto. I'm like, do whatever you need to do. I don't want to do that. And then, anyways, dude, it ended up being a really cool thing for the kids. I didn't think they were gonna be that stoked on, like, just something so small. And I had one kid come out and try to communicate with me, and I'm like trying my hardest, dude. Like, you know, I had to go get like a translator to help me. Basically he said, I just hung it up in my room, you know. And I'm like, dude, that's so rad. And I'm like looking forward to coming back and seeing how the kids are doing. And it's bigger than me. And a piece of paper kind of made a connection. So
that is cool, and you
Yeah.
know, that's why we go there. We want to ruin a couple kids' lives with motorcycles like they ruined
we
our
did,
lives,
for
you know?
sure.
And I think we have, and we do, and maybe that kid will. Poor kid doesn't even have a room. You know what I mean? He has a bunk bed in a room with 20 other kids. And but if he hangs out by his bed, and he gets to look at it when he goes to bed at night and wakes up and says, "Today, maybe today, man, I'm gonna get a motorcycle." You know,
100%.
especially where those kids are in San Felipe, the race runs right through there so many times a year. I know I've ridden our race bike right through that section. It's in the south end of town where the dump is. It's a terrible little area, but the track always runs through there. And those kids probably hear those bikes, and for us to go there and show them, here's some of the bikes, you know, here's what you can do. You don't. It could be a dirt bike, it could be a Harley, but these motorcycles give you a lot of freedom, and that's why we like them. And maybe if you're a little kid, that rings true, and
You never know who
maybe
can inspire.
that kid, maybe the next San Felipe 250 winner or stunt rider comes out of San Felipe, and
That'd be awesome.
he tells about some
Tells us about
pendejo
Clay.
named Youngblood Clay that came and brought a poster, and
they're like, yeah, whittle.
yeah.
You know, so no, seriously, I'm stoked to go back. Hopefully I can bring the race bagger through there and let them actually see what the picture is, you know, let them hear it, you know, hear the chop, blah, 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 you know. But yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to going back.
Well, yeah, it was cool that you guys joined us for that, and you guys jammed out.
Well, thank you for having
We
us.
appreciate you
Frank and
having
Clay
us.
jammed out early on that little trip to San Felipe the other day when we were
3 in the
at the
morning.
orphanage. They left, Southern California, drove down there and brought a bunch of money and some stuff for the kids. That was a
Smash
good
that.
one. That was a good one.
Dunked my junk in the water and then came back.
Yeah, the healing waters
Good
of
old
the
saying.
Sea of Cortez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Again, thank you guys for coming out.
We
Look
appreciate
forward
you.
to whatever the next chapters are. I know you both got some stuff cooking, and we'll be here to support you
Hell yeah.
in the
We
future.
love you, buddy. We appreciate everything.
I love you guys. I'm proud of you guys.
The famous Otto XOXO.
Yeah, XOXO. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Parts and Labor Podcast brought to you by Builtwell. You got any feedback? You got any questions? Send us a voice recording or an email at pod@builtwellinc.com. That's pod@builtwellinc.com.